working! What did I do? Yeah, baby! I don't know what I did, but it works. One passenger side headlight is not that bad. I should still be able to see in the dark. But what I had forgotten to do are the fundamentals about any wiring, especially car wiring. I am learning about this new electrical system as I'm going along. So let's continue with the wiring. Which nothing happens. Okay, gotta figure that out. Okay, why didn't that work? Let's be honest, us guys, we don't read instructions in the first time. Unless it doesn't work, then we look at the instructions. What, I was supposed to plug in this wire? What is that wire? Huh. Interesting. That's very, very interesting. So I need to have a constant and power from the alternator. Okay, so power from the alternator I've already connected, which goes to my ignition switch. Now I just gotta connect a constant. Good strong connection. Then the rest of the wire can feed back through. Now I need to double check and make sure that all the wires connected to the corresponding areas on the switches. So let's see. So red and black, 12 gauge printed headlight switch, 928. And that comes directly from the battery. 928, that's a constant power. And that is a red and black wire. I'm just trying to test headlights at the moment. So brown wire, 18 gauge printed headlight switch, front park lights. Dimmer switch, low beam. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. So something is not right. Am I getting continuity? We've got low beam. Whoa. Both of them are working, correct? I hope. Let's see. No, not the driver's side. Why? Okay, gotta figure that out. Then some on this side. Pull that one off. Okay, so half of the switch is operating the headlights and half of the switch is operating the tail lights. Well, thankfully I've got LED bulbs so they don't draw that much current. Let's go low beam. Do I have low beams on? Low beams are on. Do I have tail lights? Tail lights are working. Got high beams on. Do I have tail lights? Yes! Yes, so that's working perfectly. So I got high beams, low beams, tail lights, running lights, all that stuff. I believe I have the wiring correct for the turn left signal. See if it works. What'd that do? Anything? No. Okay, that's why. My bad. Because the turn signals are connected to my ignition. So I've got to switch my ignition on. Now the turn signal should work. Left side? Huh? Oh, did I just hit the high beams? Oh, because I'm hitting the high beams, my bad. Turn signal! Is that working? Oh. Okay, I see what did I do wrong. This is the left side or driver's side. I hit the wire the wrong way around. Whoops. Oh, dyslexia is a bad thing. But I'll switch the wires around. Now let's see if that works. Now we are going to be turning left. Oh, it's working! I'm an electrician. Electrician, yes, not an electrician. Electrician. So Matrix, I've got the hazard lights all wired up. Theoretically, it should work. Are they working? See flashing? Yes! They're working! Oh, okay. Yay! I need to make sure that I've connected the brake light correctly. Let me know if it turns on. No. So what did I do? Is that the brake switch? Okay, let's see if this works now. Still nothing. Okay, let's see if this works now. Still nothing. I don't get it. Now the weird thing is that when I connect the wires for the brake lights, so I have a power wire running in and then a wire running to the tail lights for the brake lights, nothing happens. So what I did is I took the positive wire and the wire that runs to the tail lights for the brake lights, I touched them together and they worked, which tells me there's something wrong with the switch. Now if I test the switch for continuity, for instance if I take the red and black, it makes a tone. I just learned that out in the last episode. So what should be happening is when power gets sent through this wire, it comes to the brake switch. As soon as it's pressed, it should complete the circuit and then send current to the tail lights for the brake lights, which I am not getting at the moment. So when I press this button for the brake pedal, it should give me a tone completing the circuit. And there's no tone. Even when I leave it, no tone. Which tells me that this switch is bad. Ignore everything I just said. This is not the brake light switch. The brake light switch is actually located up here, up the dash. This I pulled off from over here on the brake pedal. So of course you're going to assume that this is your brake light switch. Now let me know if the brake lights work. Are they working? Yes! They work! That is a stupid place to put a brake light switch. Really? Lexus? Seriously, guys? Up in the dash? Come on. Matrix, it's their favorite time of the week. We get to go swimming. You wanna go for a swim? Ready for swim? Swim? You don't look too excited, but I know you are. Matrix, where are we? Where are we? We are? We're at the swimming hole? Okay, let's go! It's a beautiful day for a walk and swimming. I'm going to stop singing now. Straight in the water. It's like a crocodile. Yes. Swim, Baba, swim! Swim, big boy. We are definitely making progress. Now I'm going to be doing the horn. Simple as Cut this wire. Don't need this anymore. This is cruise control, and also up and down buttons for the transmission, which maybe I'll keep, not too sure. Now I do have all the wiring all set up, ready to go. Everything is working as it should, which is good. But I do need a radio, you know, just for some jams while I'm cruising. Although the sound from that big turbo 2JZ should be a symphony while I'm driving along. So a while ago I actually purchased this head unit, radio, navigation thing. It is so thin. It's like a cell phone. There are some cell phones that are this big now, right? Hey. Hello? Hey, what's up, yo? Yeah, just chilling. What about you? Just about to install this cell phone radio head unit thing. So let's see if it works. So I've connected constant and a switched line as well. Let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed. I got to switch on the battery. Un momento. Okay, I'm back in car, or whatever the other way of saying it is. I got power going to the car. Hit this ignition switch. Did I do something wrong? Un momento. Sweet, it switches on. I need to connect this to Bluetooth to see if all the speakers are working. And how do we do that? I doubt I even got an antenna connected. Yep, that's what I thought. But hear the rear right speaker working, not the front left. So we do, I'm not hearing anything on the driver's side. I don't hear anything on the passenger side. I don't hear anything in the rear. I don't hear anything in the front. So I need to rewire these speakers. Unless I found the wire that runs to the door from the speakers. Let's try that. Like this tool that I purchased, it's a wire tracer. So for speaker wire, I looked on the owner's manual or service manual, and it says that I'm looking for a light green and blue wire for the front passenger speaker, which I found that seemed like it's a decent gauge. I connected positive and negative, and then when I hit it to a tone, I get a tone coming from the speaker. That's great. So that means that those are the wires for the speaker. I'll switch it off. Quiet. On. It's very faint, but it's there. So I know those are the wires for the front passenger speakers. I believe I have the speakers all set up correctly. So I don't have anything connected, Bluetooth, wired connections, internet, everything like that. So I'm just going to go off static at the moment just to hear which side does what, when, how. and how it sounds. So right now I'm on driver's side. Put up the volume. Yep, driver's side good. Co-pilot or passenger. Looks good. Now in the rear. Now all. Ta-da! With that all sorted, I can now sort out this wiring system and start installing the dashboard. So yeah, that should be no problem, I think. So one thing I am planning on doing, and hopefully it works out the way I want it to, is with all the fuses and the relays and everything like that, since I'm not using any airbags, I want to put them where the passenger side airbag used to be. So this is the passenger side airbag, and it is a heavy SOB, if you want to say. But if I flip, here's my dashboard. This is my dashboard. I got it nicely wrapped. So if you look over here, there's a panel where the airbag explodes out. But what I want to do is, where the line is over here, is cut this area out where I can get it to flip and access all the fuses and the relays. And there won't be any airbag here whatsoever. It's a real thin line, so I could possibly get a blade in there. But let me give it a go, see what happens. First thing I've got to do is remove this airbag and the airbag cartridge. It's already been disconnected from the car. It's perfectly safe, nothing to worry about, I hope. But I have a 12 here and a 12 nut over here, which, oh, I can just put that back, which I can just remove, and hopefully this should slide right out. Is it a 12? Nope, it's a 10. Of course it's a 10. Yeah, it's a 10. Here and here. How many nuts? 2 nuts. Now this should just slide out. I hope. Does it? I'm not sure. I've never done this before. Oh, that's how it does it. Whoops. Oh, so it comes out in one section like this. Oh, okay. I learned something new. And just like that, I was able to remove the airbag. Now, I'm trying to think, how can I put this in? So that goes in like so. Okay, scratch my idea. What I'm going to do is, if you ever need to access the fuses and the relays, you just get a thin screwdriver and you plop it up or insert it around the areas, and this actually pops up by itself. Pretty easy. One thing I do notice is I have a sticky dashboard, common on the IS300s, which doesn't seem too bad to clean up, but I'm gonna do that before I install this dash into the car. I'm gonna access the fuses. There you go. Can you tell me how you're gonna clean up that sticky dash? And then? Do you think that'll work? You can give it a try. Matrix, that worked like a dream. No sticky stuff or sticky dash anymore. It's as simple as using those cleaning rags, Goo Gone, a lot of elbow grease, and the leather beeswax interior spray protectant thing. Now the reason why dashboards become sticky is because of high temperatures and also direct sunlight. Would you believe that this car that I purchased came from California? And that would explain why the rear window is tinted as well as the other doors. Of course they got high temperatures and direct sunlight. Matrix, that idea worked out great. No more sticky dash. How did you know how to do that? YouTube? Your secret's safe with me, my boy. I've gone ahead and purchased these pod clusters on eBay. They were very inexpensive. I think that one was like $50 and that one was $30. Fuel gauge, temperature gauges. I'm not going to use boost gauges because that's already on the AEM dashboard that I've purchased. I'm going to give this a lick of paint and should turn out pretty good. I have given it a wet sand and I cannot believe that these are 3D printed. Wow. Well, this turned out pretty good. Not the best, but it looks good. Same with the fuel gauge cluster pod. Came out pretty good. Hey-oh! Yeah, it's been a couple of days since I've been working on the car. Got everything all ready to go. I'm gonna put everything, make it all nice and clean now. Yeah. And thank goodness that my camera went out. So I had to go order a new camera and get it all sorted out. Hopefully that's gonna be in the next couple of days. But yeah, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought. And it's been a bit of a pain in the... Now I do have all the electronics exactly where I kind of wanted them. I wanted the fuse panel and the relay box to be on top, but unfortunately that can't be the case as everything is custom. So I'm going to be putting in the footwell, but I need to hide these wires. They're all loomed up just like this. So I need to hide them somewhere where they don't get kicked or damaged or pulled out, where it causes a spark or fire or issues further down the line. So I'm going to be putting the carpet back a little bit where I can hide all the wires, which there are a lot of, and then put everything back together. We are getting there slowly but surely. This video is taking some time, but this is a spaghetti mess. I mean, there are wires that I can't even tell you. I really can't. It's honestly a little bit frustrating, but I am getting there. I am getting there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to vacuum up this carpet where there's no more leaves or debris or anything like that in the way. Pull it back a little bit. Hide all the wires where I need to. Put this fuse box and relay box in the footwell, and hopefully it's going to look much better as it is right now. That's the plan. Seems like politicians are saying a lot of that lately. This is the plan. That's the plan. I'm Milesy and I approve this message. A lot of zip ties, but they are needed. Okay, that's all good. I'm not putting the ECU over here anymore. It doesn't reach with all these wires. Then I do know that the radio does work, so I didn't screw up any of the wires. Now I'm going to test everything else and make sure that those are all good before I assemble the dashboard back into the car. Oh yes, the reason why none of the headlights or blinkers or anything like that were working correctly is I did not have a good ground connection. So what I've done is, this is the existing ground that came from the Lexus, and I'm utilizing these grounds for a good connection. where I had them onto the body of the car, but they have some kind of paint or primer which doesn't give a real good ground per se. So I'm making sure that I'm giving it a real good ground. That's why none of the lights or any of the instrument panels or anything like that was working when I connected everything. I didn't have a good ground. That is fundamental, besides your 12 volt supply from your battery. Yeah, okay, let's continue. So what I'm doing, I'm actually running all the wires to where the switches are going to go. I'm also testing out the wires and switches to make sure that everything is going to work. So when I put the dash in, that's probably going to be the last time I ever have to remove the dash in this Lexus, because I don't want to put the dash and then there's a wire wrong, or the wire's not connected, or something is going on with that, where I have to remove the dash again, trace wires, blah blah blah. I mean, that's kind of exhausting. Now the real good reason why I actually am doing this is I didn't have any brake lights when I hit the pedal on the brakes, and I just ripped apart the whole brake switch assembly, and I traced wires and I tested wires, and everything was working perfectly, although I didn't have any brake lights. And the reason why I didn't have any brake lights is the wire that runs from the fuse box all the way back to the brake lights had pulled out of the distribution block. And I would not have thought that, because all the wires look perfectly fine, except there was one wire which didn't look like it was supposed to be there for some reason, and I traced it, and so I looked in the whole back trunk area for the wires for the tail lights and the flashes and the running lights, and everything seemed to be hooked up correctly except that one wire. And I couldn't think of where that wire was running to. And then I figured out that it had pulled away from the solder and was just dangling there like a... And that was the wire that runs from the brake switch all the way to the brake lights. So when you hit your pedal on the brake, the lights come on. It was disconnected. So I did all this work stripping apart this whole wire assembly to try and figure out why the brake lights were not coming on when I put my foot on the pedal, because the signal wire that turns the brake lights on had pulled away from the solder. And yeah, that was a bit of a pain. That was about 30-40 minutes just looking for wires, tracing wires, seeing whatever, but I couldn't imagine doing that when I had the dashboard in place. That would have been a pain. This is why I'm doing the whole thing all over again. I'm just double checking everything, especially with the wires being zip tied, excuse me, fastened into the car now. We're making sure that there's no breaks in the wire, there's good contact throughout the whole wire harness. But yeah, that was a good waste of 30 or 40 minutes trying to figure out why the brake lights were not working, and it's because of that stupid wire. Always double check your work just to make sure, but this is double checking. I'm also triple checking, and thankfully I'm doing that. Everything else is working though, so far so good. So that's good. This is taking a minute. That looks pretty good. See if it works. No. Something happened. Okay. Maybe I didn't switch on. Okay, I'm not smelling any rubber burning or wires. That's good. Now let's see if it works. Hey, will you look at that? That looks really good. Wow. And let's make sure that the moonroof works, or sunroof. Oh. Okay, let's try this one more time. Everything feels good. No warm spots. Not mainly burning. These lights are great. Now let's make sure that I put the window switch in the right direction. Forward. Back. Oh, I do like this wrap. Looks amazing. And would you believe that this is 3D printed? Not the wrap, but the cover. And then it's wrapped. Thanks, bro. Looks great. I'm very happy with it. Wow. There. That's for the hazards. That's for the horn. I believe it is time to put the dashboard in finally. I have removed the steering wheel so it's easier access to get the dashboard in. But got all the wires all ran or zip tied, fastened. So should be good to go. All good to go. Matrix, are we good to go? Guess so. That way. Matrix, this dash is so much lighter without that airbag. That airbag is like 25 pounds. Oops. Okay, one thing at a time. I tell you one thing, it is so much easier to maneuver this dash into place, especially without that airbag. That airbag did have some weight to it, but it seems like everything is fitting perfectly fine. There are a couple of snags here and there, but nothing too major. Now I get to attach the airbag for the final time. Looks good. Jeez, will it ever tighten? There we go. That's one. That's 2 screws. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom, na, na, na. Wait, there's a turbo. And here's the NOS buttons. Wait a minute. I could use those as NOS buttons. What are these buttons? Down, up. NOS. Here's a look of how the dashboard looks. I love this wrap. Looks good. We're not done just yet, but I think it's coming together very, very nicely. Pretty surprised how well this dashboard fit back into the Lexus. It was a pain in the butt when I removed it. I do remember that, but going in, no problem. Interesting. I do have a lot more work to do on this Lexus, especially in the interior, to make it more race car-ish. So stay tuned for that. I love the way how the wrap looks in this Lexus, especially on this dash. There is still a little bit of stickiness to the dashboard, but I wanted to get the dash in the car, and I can always fix it up a little bit more later. But right now it's not too sticky. The black on my hands is actually from inside of where the gauges used to be, which is pretty surprising. I mean, California must have had a lot of heat and sun for it to be this sticky. But the outside is not that sticky, so that is really important to me. Matrix, your idea worked out perfectly, but I do believe that the wrap gives it that little je ne sais quoi. if you want to say. But thank you very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Comment down below, what do you guys think of this dashboard and this wrap at the moment. Comment about anything on this car, the wiring, my cussing, which I don't think there was much. I did bite my tongue quite a bit, which is perfectly fine. I got to get back to working on this interior, getting everything put back into place. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care. Matrix, these 2 big boxes arrived. Do you know what they are? Matrix, what did you order? What did you order for the Lexus? Huh? What is that? What did you order, my boy? What do you call this? What's it called? No, you didn't order those. You did order them? Wow, wow, that's gonna look amazing. Thank you.